Luis King Kong Ortiz was better off taking the fight against Anthony Joshua, in my humble opinion, and I'm going to tell you why. Blessed love and blessed day, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. It's Coach Fire, and this is real life boxing. Luis King Kong Ortiz was better off taking the Anthony Joshua fight, in my humble opinion, and I'm going to tell you why. Before we get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we go live. Now, let's talk about it. In my humble opinion, I believe that Luis King Kong Ortiz should have took the fight that was offered to him against Anthony Joshua when Jarrell Big Baby Miller failed his drug test. Now, the reason why I say this is because news came out that Luis Ortiz will be fighting Deontay Wilder in a rematch. Deontay Wilder will be fighting Luis Ortiz in a rematch. Now, strictly talking about Luis Ortiz. The reason why I say he was better off fighting Anthony Joshua is because I believe that Luis Ortiz, when he fights Deontay Wilder, I don't think that he's going to beat Deontay Wilder. I think that he will get knocked out again by Deontay Wilder, just like he did in the previous fight, in the first fight. And I believe that he's going to get knocked out even sooner this fight than he did in their first fight. So why I say he should have fought Anthony Joshua is because I don't necessarily think that Luis Ortiz would have beat Anthony Joshua, but I do think that it would have been a better fight for him, possibly an easier fight than Deontay Wilder. And like I said, easier in the terms of him not getting knocked out and possibly being able to go the distance with Anthony Joshua. I don't see Luis Ortiz being able to beat Anthony Joshua. I don't see him being able to outbox Anthony Joshua for 12 rounds. Like I said in my last video, in the video that I talked about Deontay Wilder announcing the rematch, you know what I mean? I said that Luis Ortiz is up in age. Believe that he's over 40, even though the books I think says he's 38 or 39. Close sources, that I know, say that he's over 40. They know his real age, and he's old. You know what I mean? And I don't like the way he's looked in his last two fights. I didn't even really like the way he looked against Deontay Wilder the first fight. I think that his legs are going, even though he still tries to get up on his toes and bounce. But I think that he just fights at a really slow pace, even though he is a really good, technically sound fighter. And I think that's the case for a lot of the Cuban fighters. They just fight at a real slow pace, even though they're really good technical fighters. So I just don't see Luis Ortiz being able to outbox Anthony Joshua at such a slow pace for 12 rounds. Anthony Joshua is like, wouldn't say he's passive aggressive. He's aggressive. You know what I mean? He's moderately aggressive. And I still, even with that, moderation of aggression, I still don't see Luis Ortiz being able to outbox him, for 12 rounds. Just fights at a really slow pace. And Anthony Joshua likes to turn up in there every once in a while, and he throws a decent amount of punches. So I don't know if Anthony Joshua, necessarily knocks Luis Ortiz out or stops him, but I think for the both of their styles, I think that it makes a good fight. You know what I mean? A good technical heavyweight fight. I don't know if we see a knockout in that fight, but I think that it's a better fight for Luis Ortiz than Deontay Wilder. I don't see Luis Ortiz beating Deontay Wilder. If he didn't beat him the first time, I don't see him beating Deontay Wilder now. Luis Ortiz is getting older, and not that Deontay Wilder is getting younger, but Deontay Wilder is still kind of in his prime and still learning new things and still getting better. He's looked progressively better, you know what I mean? I would say besides the Tyson Fury fight, because he was trying to go for the knockout so much and just overshooting the right hand. But in the Bermane-Stavern fight looked pretty good, even though the fight didn't last that long. You know what I mean? He had a snappy jab and following with the right hand. And of course, the last fight versus Dominic Brazil was just really sharp and crisp, even though that fight didn't last long. But like I said, I don't think that a fight with Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, I don't think that it lasts long in Luis Ortiz's favor. I think that he gets knocked out even quicker than he did the first fight. First fight, he got knocked out in the 10th, 11th round. I was at that fight, and this time I think he gets knocked out even quicker. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, I think that the reason why I say Anthony Joshua is a better fight, I think Luis Ortiz, his stock drops now even more, you know, getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder again quicker this time. His stocks are going to fall, you know, even more, you know, more than they would have fell if he would have went the distance with Anthony Joshua or took a late round KO to Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? I feel like if he can go the distance with Anthony Joshua and put up a good fight, his stock still stays, you know, decent. And even if Anthony Joshua stops him late, his stocks, you know, stay higher than they will if he gets knocked out by Deontay Wilder early. So you guys tell me what you guys think about this in the comment section. Like I said, I believe that he should have took the fight with Anthony Joshua when he got the offer. He was just coming off a fight, so he was still in pretty good shape. You know what I mean? He had just come off a fight, I think maybe like a month prior to that, and would have still had like another month or so, month and a half left in training camp. So and he was getting paid a pretty good amount of money. But like I said, maybe he didn't take that fight because he knew he was getting the Deontay Wilder fight, and maybe that's why Al Heyman and them, you know, pushed, or whoever Luis Ortiz's team is, which I believe is Al Heyman, pushed him not to take the fight with Anthony Joshua, because they knew they were giving him this rematch, and maybe he's gonna make the same amount of money that he was gonna make fighting Anthony Joshua, because we know he didn't make that much money fighting against Deontay Wilder the first time. I don't even think he made $1 million that fight. I think it was something like 500,000, or you know, something to that amount. I don't think it was $1 million that he made in the first fight against Deontay Wilder. So he's probably gonna make a few million this time. So you know, like I said, you guys tell me what you guys think about it in the comment section. Let's have some good boxing conversation about this. I've been trying to stay away from, you know, this heavyweight the heavyweight division, just because there's so much controversy in, you know, the back and forth with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder and just all the bullshit. I just try to stay clear of that. But I'm gonna start getting up in the mix, man, because there's too much going on in the heavyweight division not to talk about. So you guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Was he better off fighting Anthony Joshua, or was he better off fighting Deontay Wilder in a rematch? Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments below. This is Coach Fire, and this is Real Life Boxing. I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. Peace and one love. Protect yourself at all times. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.